To be a good day for him. He's being distant. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. The lead group is too large to work well together. It may explode into several pieces.
Time gap stabilized. 1 minute for the breakaway. It's looking good. The gap is decreasing. The peloton has not given up.
This stage is fairly uneventful. If you think that nothing special is going to happen, you can advance the clock to the closing kilometers.
It's the first climb of the day, the Côte de la Roche-en-Ardenne. Of course, it's far too early to see an attack by any of the favourites. The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them. The front of the race is now going through Bastogne, from where the riders turn back towards Liège. There are 150 kilometers left in the race. The gap between the peloton and the escapees is stable. The breakaway has reached the very steep Côte de Saint-Roch, 1 kilometer on an average slope of 11%. The riders will then enter the first feed zone. The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them. The gap between the peloton and the escapees is stable.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
A new difficulty along the rider's way with the Côte de Vannes. 3.6 kilometers on an average slope of 5.1%. The first riders are beginning the Côte de Stocco climb. Only 1 kilometer, but the average gradient is over 12%. After more than 170 kilometers, the distance might begin to weigh heavily on some legs. The riders are about to climb the Col du Rosier. At almost 4.5 kilometers, it's the longest descent on the route. At the top, there will be 60 kilometers to go. Here's the Col du Maquisard. It's probably a bit early for a decisive attack, but the climb It could give a clue to the condition of potential winners. With its 2 kilometres at almost 9% and sections at 20%, the Côte de la Redoute is a true wall. It's a moment to turn the screw or to abandon all hope of victory.
The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
There are 2 obstacles left. On the menu, the Côte de Forges and the Côte de la Rochefaucon.
Allez les gars, courage! Lâchez rien les gars!
The breakaway's managing to hold off the peloton. The gap seems to have stabilised.
Allez les gars, courage! On continue, courage! Allez les gars, courage les gars!
Penultimate difficulty of the day for the head of the race, the Côte de Forges.
Allez, courage les gars! Allez les gars,
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Continuez comme ça les gars, on est avec vous! Allez les gars, courage!
lâchez rien, allez!
There's only the Rochefaucon to be climbed, and no rider has managed to shake off his opponents. The suspense is overwhelming.
Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, allez go!
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Allez les gars! Lâchez rien!
Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars!
Continue là, plus vite, plus vite! Lâchez rien, allez!
Lâchez rien! Allez!
Comme ça les gars!
Continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars, continue là, plus vite, plus vite!
Oh là là, continue!
Allez les gars, courage!
Allez, courage! Allez les gars, courage! Continuez comme ça! Continuez les gars! Continuez comme ça!
Lâchez rien, allez!
Avec moi!
The Rochefoucauld is an ideal climb on which to place a decisive attack. However, it requires a sustained effort to avoid falling away on the falls flat that leads to the descent into Liège.
He's got his teammates riding because a rider who's dangerous for the stage victory has broken away.
Last time checked with a breakaway, 1 minute.
Allez,
30 seconds lead for the head of the race. The Rochefoucauld didn't see any rider make a getaway, but there's still a long rising falls flat on which to edge clear. If that doesn't do it, it's likely to be decided in a sprint. The road is now free of climbs. The riders will soon be onto the big boulevards, and so it will be almost impossible to surprise one's opponents. He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out!
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
bravo les gars! Allez les gars, courage! Le vite!
Ten kilometers from the finish for the leaders. It's going to be complicated.
He's moving onto the attack. Only 5 kilometers left. Victory in this Liège-Bastogne-Liège will come down to a sprint. We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers.
He's just fallen. That may cost him some time in the overall standings.
Counter-attack at the front of the peloton. He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
I want an ovation for the champion who is about to cross